it's too much, and something's gotta give. So, and
This is bigger than basketball, I'll tell you that. Another brand new episode, Ethan and Mike Sports Show, episode 37, everybody. I'm your host, Ethan.
And I am Mike, yours truly.
And we are back without Mike lagging like last episode, everybody. We are back.
Bro, you're really jumping on me for the lagging already? We haven't even been in 30 seconds into the episode, and you're already criticizing me for lagging.
I mean, it's pretty obvious from last episode, but Mike, we're always joking around.
Yeah, I know, but you can't blame me. Blame my internet. My internet was down that
day.
Blame
the internet. Blame Verizon. Yeah. Blame the 5G. Okay. But how 4G, we doing, Mike? FYI. How we doing today?
I'm good. A bit tired because I just came back from the golf course. For those of you who don't know,
did you do well?
Golf. No, I got my ass handed to me.
Oh my gosh, Mike. Come on now. You're supposed to be the Miami Hurricanes golf team now.
If we still had a men's team. But anyway. No, we used to, but I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm good. I'm super hungry, so I'm probably going to have lunch or something right after we finish recording. But don't go into work today. Thank God I get a day off. And nice, just relax, super chill.
It's always relaxation when you have a day off.
Yeah, especially with how many days I've been working this week. And also, good thing is I get paid tomorrow. So it's a
that's
win-win.
Payday right there. Payday Friday.
Yeah, it's a win-win right there.
That's next week for me. That ain't this week. Mike. That ain't this week. For you, it's this week. Mine's next week, so don't worry about that.
Dang. But anyway, how have you been, sir?
I'm doing good, Just another day recording podcast. So the Ethan and Mike, we're 37 episodes down, man. That's the crazy thing.
That's wild. Hey, quick shout out to all the viewers and the fans and the listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We really think that we wouldn't get this far, honestly.
Trust
me.
It
means a lot to hear that.
Trust me, when we first started out, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Just remember the dabbing with each other like this right here.
Oh, yes.
Right here, you hear that? When you hear that in the recording.
Yes, I remember. Oh, man, those were the good old days.
That was the first couple of episodes, and then once COVID hit.
That was prime Ethan and Mike right there. That was Ethan and Mike.
That's how you were listening really good in the past few episodes right there.
Yes.
But today's topic, Mike, we're going to jump into what the latest news of the NBA boycott. So, as you know, yesterday, before the game, Milwaukee against the Magic at 4 o'clock, Magic were actually warming up for that game. But then Milwaukee didn't go out on the field, go out on the court because they were going to boycott the game for social injustice for JacobBlake, which, man, it was crazy. I watched that video. He got shot 7 times in the back. He's paralyzed from the back down. It's saddening right there. And when Milwaukee boycotted that, the Magic, they went back to the locker room. They boycotted, and then the next 3 games boycotted right there. And then later that day, they had an NBA meeting. They did talk about it, but the Clippers and the Lakers, as of right now, want the season to be done and over. Which we'll get to that discussion in a minute. But I just want to hear your point of view on how you feel about this topic right now. Should the NBA continue? And if so, how would they do it?
Yeah, especially for us, we kind of know about all the social injustice in the world with us being Latino descent. So we kind of feel for these African Americans and African and Black people. So because I know that a lot of our viewers are Black and African American.
Are all mixtures of everything.
Yeah,
we're all. I feel that we're all in together.
Yeah, but it's tough because this has been going on since what 1700s or something like that.
Throughout history, it's been
Yeah,
like this.
yeah, since the beginning of time almost. It's been going on. So, you know, honestly, we need change. So we need change, and we need it now. And I condemn these players for their actions. I don't blame them at all. I would be outraged too if I was in their situation. And sometimes we have been, sometimes we haven't. But it's an issue where it doesn't just impact one group of people or society. It impacts many people, many different societies and cultures and groups. So yeah, it's always been a tough discussion for not just us to talk about, but for a lot of people to talk about. So
But it's a good discussion because it shines the light of the darkness of this history in America. For 250 years, it's been going on. I know I probably inaccurate said that how many years, but since the beginning, when this nation is founded, it's been just like that.
yeah,
Backlashes, lynching, for example. It's just too much. Like
it's too much, and something's gotta give. So and
this is bigger than
if
basketball. I'll tell you that. This is bigger than
oh
basketball. It's
yeah,
bigger than sports.
100%. Yeah, it's
Like
100% bigger
don't
than
let
sports.
sports like distract you what's really happening out there.
Yeah, for sure. And
It's a
my
sad
as of
reality. It
yeah,
just
and I don't mean to cut you off, but as for my views on finishing the season, to answer your question, it's tough because we want to see an NBA champion, and there has to be one. Because if not, then it's going to be like, okay, well, what do we do for next year? And then no, because okay, this has been going on all year long, and this doesn't feel right. So I prefer that we do finish the season, but if it does have to end, then there's nothing that we can do about it.
eh. Let me just continue my point there is like it's really sad because like you really think about it, it's like some people have to look behind their shoulders like this because you never know. It's like I thought police would be to protect you and everybody, not like being afraid of them. Like, oh shoot, turning around.
Yeah,
Think of the kids. Think of the kids that witnessed that bullets hitting that guy 7 times in the back. How
yeah,
they're gonna view the point of the police.
yeah,
It's not. They don't view him as protecting. They view him as a threat, really. You know.
yeah. There was a
And it's
video
like
on.
it's crazy because then their tension is really high, and then like every time they see him, like, oh no, I gotta get out.
Yeah, and there was a video on the news the other day of a little boy outside playing basketball,
Yeah,
and
he
he
that
sees
he
a
ran out. He ran under the car because he was afraid.
he heard the cop car coming, so then he hid behind the car that was in the driveway, and then once the cop car drove by, he he went back to playing, and that goes to show, how much uh, an issue like this can impact people and who it can impact.
Like let me say it like this: like watching that video, you don't even have to be black to be watching that video. As an American, really, it's like
Yeah,
what the hell?
100%.
7 shots? Like that's like more excessive than normal. There's a couple of bullets,
Yeah,
but like not because they did say they find a knife in the car and stuff like that, and they use a taser, thing like that. But 7 bullets in the back,
no, no.
I think that's excessive use. That's
Yeah,
that's not like yeah. If you talk about a knife and all that stuff, that's a different story. We're talking about a different story. But 7 shots in the back, Mike.
that that can essentially be 7 steps to death if you look at
He
it in
survived that.
that way.
But he just paralyzed down from the back down. He's paralyzed.
Yeah.
He's in the wheelchair for life now.
Yeah, but to Jacob Blake, we're sorry that this happened to you, and just we want to let you know that we're praying for you.
Our condolences
Get well
to
soon,
the
man.
Blake family right there.
Hmm.
And just to go back to the basketball season, it just depends. It just depends how the players feel. There's always
Yeah, of
room. There's
course.
room. I want to say about what you said about the championship. I don't think that they care about that as much as it was right now because they want to make an impact right now of
Yeah,
how
yeah,
they
yeah.
want to take it with this boycott. Should they continue the season and support it like that, or should they stop and they support it right on the field of that? Now there's always two sides to things. There's always players that are pretty much financially good right now that they could take a boycott, and there's some players that can't. They want to continue the season, but it's always a mixture because right now the Lakers, as I mentioned, and the Clippers want the season to end. But if you want everyone to be together, I really feel that boycotting this will be a good idea to me, and being right on the field of the action, just to push pressure on legislation, and the voting. I really feel that. Like, it's bigger than basketball, like I said earlier. I really see that. It's much bigger than basketball, I'll tell you that. It's basketball and baseball and WNBA right now, that's just a distraction. What we're just dealing with COVID, with what we're dealing with right now, things like that. It's not supposed to be a distraction. It's supposed to be like to influence to make lives better.
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree with you more.
I just really feel that. Now, will there be a season? It just depends on the players, how they feel. I know Damian Lillard had to leave because of the knee. It wasn't because of that, but it was knee injury there. But at the end of the day, it just depends on what comes out with today on Thursday. Thursday, as we record right now. You don't know how they're going to continue. Right now, they're going to be postponed yesterday's game and today's game. Most likely to be today's game. There's no way. No way. I wouldn't think they'd be playing any games right now.
I don't think they are either.
I wouldn't think that, But at the end of the day, whatever they go with, you just got to go with 100% what they want to do, Mike.
Yeah. I'm on ESPN right now, and it still says that the games are going on as scheduled.
Yeah, as of right now, but it's most likely to be postponed. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
probably. As much as you want to see like the Heat win the championship of how their run is right now, or the Toronto or Boston or Lakers or Clippers, whatever team you're rooting for, it's like it's bigger than basketball.
Yeah.
They can't shut up and dribble. None can't do that. No. To me, I think the boycotting, going to the field there, is much better than playing it out. To me, at least. Yeah. Now, there could be different. There'll be different opinions on that, but that's what I feel as of right now. Just being American and knowing how everything is right now, it's crucial, It's been going on too long. I'll tell you that. It's going on too long.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely.
Like 100% right there. And with that note, I also, to the Blake family, everything's doing good there. We will reach out there for certain. But to continue on this podcast, we're going to talk about the playoffs now with the NBA playoffs. So, to continue from that topic right there, Mike, just to recap of the playoffs before the boycott happened yesterday, just so we just come up with a recap before all the boycotting that happened yesterday. Pacers, Nets, and 76ers got swept 4-0 by the Heat, the Raptors, and by the Celtics. Now, 2 out of the 3 teams got fired. Named McMillan from the Pacers and yours truly, Brett Brown, got fired. Although you said it's not Brett Brown's fault. This is 76ers players, But when you think about it, it's like the 76ers are like, all the time. Like, they got rid of their coach now, so now it's just the players. It's up to the players because they got the contracts. So I just want to take you that point of view right there, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it's exactly like I said. You can't blame the coach entirely. It's also on the players because they have to go out there and they have to play hard if they want to keep their season alive. Or even if you're not eliminated, you want to always play hard and try and get your team a W. But in this case, it just didn't happen for these teams. Like I don't know if they weren't prepared. I don't know if there were injuries that we didn't know about, or if it was just something that this series is going to go to a game 6. No, this is going to go to a game 6. Well, no, it only took 4 games.
That's like I knew the Nets were going to get swept because they didn't have Kyrie or KD right there, and then with a
I thought they were
fiery.
at least going to put up a fight, but
No, I didn't think that because if they were getting blown out. It was one point. There was a game that was 150 points. The last
jeez,
game, 150, 122.
jeez.
Like if you remember Tyler Johnson from the
Yep.
good old Heat, he was playing with the Nets at that time. That's where he's at now. But when you look at the Pacers, what was more surprising, the Pacers firing and the 76ers firing? Because I feel like the 76ers firing, that was going to happen. It was good because he was there for 7 years since 2013. Like, trust the process. Happening for like 7 years and still has nothing. And then you got McMillan that was there for only 4 seasons right there. What was more?
Yeah, I would say more surprising. Brett Brown, honestly, I would say that one is more surprising because he's a veteran head coach and he's been in that city for 7 years, and he's taken his team to the playoffs, so they can win games, but they're just not consistent in the playoffs. And I feel that's where their weakness is. Like,
Yeah.
overall, they're a great team. They're a great scoring team, great defensive team, great all-around team. They're a regular season team for sure. There's no denying that, and they can qualify for the playoffs. But it's okay. Now you're in. What do you need to do to take that next step forward if you want to constantly compete in the playoffs for a chance at the championship?
Yeah, because what I feel with the 76ers, they have the team right there. I think they just need a better coach than Brett Brown. So they've been trusting the process. But now if they get a new coach and nothing happens, then that's really on the players.
Yeah.
There's a couple of contracts right there. It's like one of those like 5 years, $80 million they signed. I think what was it? Al Horford they signed for a long extension.
Yes, they did.
You didn't see him until like game 4. Game 4 when they really started up. Which I believe it was Al Horford that got hit hard on the court, really hard that game. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't see.
If I'm not mistaken, but that was gruesome. I saw that. I was like, man. He was bleeding right here. He was bleeding right here.
Ooh,
But he managed to get up on his own, so that was a good sign right there.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the games. I just knew Boston was going to win the series.
You just waiting for the Bruins to come out, Mike? Waiting for the sweep? I know I was sweeping when the Heat swept the Pacers that game. I was like sweeping the floor as I was going to bed.
Yes. I was literally playing the wooden song that the Heat always post on their Instagram
Oh my god!
after the win, and I was just dancing in my room, just going crazy because we actually swept the Pacers. I knew we were going to win the series. I just didn't think.
I didn't know we were going to win
that
in 4 games.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to win in 6 games.
Everyone was picking. Oh, I like Miami, but Indiana's going to win. No,
Didn't happen.
Wrong.
Didn't happen. But like I said, we talk about when the boycotting, we will see how the NBA will play out right there. That I really see if there will be if the season will continue or it will just halt and just stop right there. I wouldn't complain either or. Either or, I wouldn't complain at all. But just to finish off with the Pacers and 76ers, who I was surprised at, I think I was a little surprised about the 76ers, like what you said with Brett Brown. Because McMillan, he was in the playoffs for a couple of years, but it was just consistently first-round exits or second-round exits. It was very inconsistent. Because they have Victor Oladipo over there, the Holiday brothers right there, if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
And then you got a big man center right there. I'm trying to remember his name. It's not coming up to me right now. But
Pacers have Miles Turner.
Yeah, Miles Turner, which he was trying to come back in the fourth quarter and in the game 4, but it was too late. I felt it was too late there. But they have a team there. They just need the right coach right there,
Yeah.
Make it like a threat.
And also you have to
back in 2012, 2011 team.
Yeah, and also you have to take into consideration that Domantas Sabonis, one of their other key big guys, was out, and he didn't play in the series.
Very true. Very true. And then when you think about the 76ers, then you got Ben Simmons out, which I wouldn't say like even with Ben Simmons out, it's like they should have
they
playing,
can still win games. They can definitely.
There was one game they got blown out. I was like, damn, got blown out by a lot. And they made Taco Fall came in the game, which last week you were like Taco.
I love Taco Fall, man. He's great.
But I think the 76ers firing was a little bit surprised, but it was coming because it was brewing in the Philadelphia feed and everything like that. When I started seeing Philly news, they were saying fire Brett Brown because they're about to get swept by the Celtics.
Yeah, I
It
didn't
was
hear
coming,
that.
but the McMillan one was a little bit more surprising than that. I would say that. Just to rebuttal what I just said about Brown getting surprised. Because no one thought McMillan was going to get fired after that game.
Right.
Everyone knew Brett Brown was going to get fired, but not McMillan. So that's going to be interesting when the coaches figuring out who's who get Tyronn Lue, for example. He's out there.
He's
He's
out
a
there in
Lakers
LA
assistant
with
coach,
the
but
Clippers right now as an
yeah,
assistant.
so it's either like the Nets or the 76ers. You don't know. You know, that I really feel there. But just to jump off from the basketball to the football perspective now, Mike, to the Dolphins training camp of this.
Dun, 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 dun.
This
Oh
man
my
had the
gosh, I'm
NBA.
so happy.
That freaking music right there just reminds me. Oh great! I have school the next day.
Oh yes,
the NBC.
yes.
We're singing the
Sunday
NBC
Night Football,
song.
man.
He's like, oh yeah, I got school the next day or got work
For
tomorrow.
once, I'm gonna get to watch every Sunday night and Monday Night Football game.
That's how you know. That's how you know you remember those theme songs. It's like, oh yeah,
Yes.
that's that moment where I have to go to school the next day.
But
Let's just jump off from that.
I saw that on TikTok the other day. I saw that. I saw that. When you hear the music, but then remember you have to go to school the next day.
Exactly.
Mm-mm.
But just to jump,
I saw that.
But just to jump off from there, we're gonna talk about the Dolphins training camp now, Mike. As our Dolphins, they released Balaj yesterday. Kalen Balaj, he had some troubles in the training camp, as we mentioned last week. 2 fumbles. He was very inconsistent. But we did pick up another running back, Salvon Ahmed, which is a running back off of the 49ers practice squad, which I feel it's good. It's good that we let go of Balaj. Because although I like Balaj at some points in the past few years, I think he wasn't too consistent with it, because he was supposed to be our leading back last year, and you know who our leading back was last year. Fitzmagic was our leading running back.
And he's a freaking quarterback.
He's a quarterback, but he scrambled. Yeah, but he had to scramble because our offensive line couldn't hold anything most of the time. So that's why Miss Patrick made things happen. So that's why he can be Fitzmagic or Fitztragic, one of the two. Which then, talking about quarterbacks now, Tua wants to change his franchise around. He wants to be the franchise quarterback like Dan Marino. So that would be the most interesting thing to happen with Tua, with this Dolphins team. Because right now there was a play that he threw a 70-yard pass to Malcolm Perry, 70 yards down the field, which crazy enough, which goes back to the ties of the Navy game, but Tua is going to be very interesting to watch. He's been this week alone. He's been really consistent with 11-11s. Did pretty good, although he did throw a pick to Andrew Ginkle, but he's very consistent. I will see him, like I said before, like last time before the Jets game. I really see that. Before we face off the Jets, that's gonna happen because you know how Fitzmagic goes, Mike. He'll give you some good games, and then some games he's like it starts going like downhill, and then you're gonna start hearing chants Tua because Miami Stadium's Hard Rock Stadium is gonna open for 13,000 fans for the University of Miami and the Dolphins game, which is probably most likely be season ticket holders selected.
Yeah,
that's gonna be selected.
I'm very happy that we actually are gonna be allowing fans. So that's.
Are you going to go into the hurricane season this year, Mike?
If my buddy still has season tickets, then maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how my dad is gonna feel about it because it's my dad's childhood friend that they met in like I think it was elementary school or something like that. And he's a big UM fan, so he's had the season tickets and he invites us to all the games. Okay. And so I don't know how he's gonna feel about it. So I want to go. I'll be wearing my UM gear and my mask, and I'll be officially sitting in the student section.
The student section, like closer to the field.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I would think about. We letting fans come in. Like 13,000 fans. Like if you know how the stadium is gonna go, it's like they have like 2 seats and they're gonna cover a couple of seats there and the next. That's what they're trying to do. It's gonna feel like you're playing in a soccer field, like a soccer stadium.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like how the Chargers had to play in the past few years.
Yeah, 100%.
Los Angeles. like 100% right there. That concludes this episode, guys, for episode 37. To the Ethan and Mike Sports Show. I'm your host, Ethan.
Mike.
You guys listening. Have a good day, guys. Take care.
See ya.